welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. Today, we're working on, since it's the end of the year, and it's our last weekend project before the end of the year, I thought I'd try and really get on those 9 patches that you guys have sent in for the donation quilts, okay? So just so you know, I have been very busy. I have, so far, and I chose to do these 4 wide, 5 long, okay? And these are your blocks that you have sent in. It's been a 5-inch block sewn in a 9 patch. So this is a 5-inch, 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 and then you just sew it into a simple, very simple 9 patch, and you mail it in, and it ends up getting into a charity quilt. So if you're interested, you know, the information will be below, okay? So here's one, and like I said, and this makes it 55 by 68 or something like that. So great size for charity, for hospice, for Ronald McDonald House, for whatever we can end up giving them to. Okay, so there's one of them. Okay, just going to put them off to the side here. I've done 4 so far, and I have enough to do 3 more, just so you can see them. Okay, so here's another one. Thank you very much if you have contributed to the 9 patch charity quilt. We greatly appreciate it. So there's that one there, and I just chose random, no rhyme or reason or nothing. I'll maybe try and sew them sideways so you can see them a little bit better here, but some were a little bit different, so I had to square them up to make sure they fit this right size. You know, I know that's not a 9 patch, but you know, it'll do. We'll make it happen. Okay, and then here's the other one, and then we're going to put another one together today, and I have 2 more to do. I have stacks of 2, so the stacks of 20 make this beautiful quilt. All right, quilt size anyways. All right, so that's 4 we have done, and here's 5, 6, 7. Okay, I've counted them out and just put them in little piles. Some was a little bit more kid orientated. I think that's this one right here. And some, you know, I just kind of mixed and matched. I've also done another like 2 or 3 previously, and we've quilted them up on Longer on Wednesday. So that's like almost 10 quilts, 9 to 10 quilts. Like, that's kudos to you guys. Like, awesome. And we've had some really big contributors to our 9 patches, so thank you very much. You know, I'm glad it kept you busy. Glad you could bust your scraps and continue and help a charity around here. I really appreciate it, because we quilt it up, add the backing, the batting, and quilt it up, and we give it away. That's what we do. All right, so let's put this one together. Okay, no rhyme or reason. I just chose it. It's got some beautiful colors in here. Like I said, it's just a normal 9 patch, 5-inch squares put together. 4 and 5, that's all you need. 4 of one and 5 of another, and bibbidi bobbidi boo, you got yourself a magic little 9 patch, okay? Some of my favorites, isn't that lovely? Love the cardinal, especially just at this time of season when, you know, it's just the ending of the year. You know, it's the last weekend of the year of 2018, so, you know, you start thinking and reflecting upon what you want to do for 19 and how you think, you know, maybe you want a few things to change, or, you know, how you want to improve on certain things, or, you know, learn new things, right? So, all right, so let's sew into these together, okay? We can do that. So what I was doing is just picking 4, sewing along, usually doing 2 by 2, and then adding that row, and then laying it on my lap. And then I'd sew 2 by 2, sew that row together, put the 4 together, and then just attach it to the one that was on my lap. I'm not thinking too much about it, because they kind of go higgledy-piggledy here, there, and everywhere, so it doesn't really matter. So just add 2, and away you go. Okay. And the people who are going to get this are going to be so thankful for your generosity. It just amazes me, and it just makes me so happy and so proud that we have such giving fans of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, because we love to give to charity. Things happen, you know, you never know. In a blink of an eye, things can change for you. You know, if you don't have any house insurance and you had a fire, you know, that happened to my girlfriend's daughter just about a month and a half ago. They were sleeping, and they, you know, all they did was grab their phones, their jackets, and their cats, you know, and they outside, and, you know, just underpants. Hello, Mr. McGo. You heard me talking to myself, so you wanted to go see what was going on. Mama's in the Crazyville. Come here. Come on. I'll let you jump up. Come on. Just don't hurt me. Come on. Oh no, he's going to the pedal instead. Are you gonna? Come on. You can do it. Come on, old man. Come on. Ah. Oh, okay, dug in the nails. Yes, he can do it, but he really put in the nails. Say hi, everybody. I'm going to bug Mama now while she's trying to sew. Don't we all have those dilemmas with our animals? Like, seriously? Right, Mr. Magoo? What are you doing? You're causing a ruckus. You're causing a ruckus. Are you going to help? Because you're not necessarily a helper. You're kind of a hinderer. Okay. Yeah? What you doing? You talking to the peoples? Talking to the peoples? Yeah, I hear ya. All right, so that's row 1 done. And I'm just going to lay that on my lap because I'm not really thinking of anything directional. All right, I want to mix those greens up a little bit, so I'll move this one down a little bit. Just adding 2 more very beautiful squares. Okay. Are you done? Are you done your camera time? You're such a cute little fur balls. And you look at cute little green eyes. Got little gold flecks in them too. All right, come here. All right, there you go. You good? I'm sure he wasn't pleased. He'd rather have the camera on him all the time. Kind of reminds me a bit of Garfield that way. I grew up learning how to read with Garfield in the comic books. And that was my era of, entertainment value and how I wanted to, what made me learn how to read. I'm sure there's lots of things that made people learn how to read. What included them, like whether it was reading recipes or just reading adventure books or something like that. It's always something that drives you, right? So, but to me it was Garfield comics. I loved Garfield comics. And then it was Peanuts, of course, Peanut comics and what is it? I'm thinking Radcliffe, but that's not it. I'll get it. It's okay. Old mindless syndrome had just kicked in. It happens. I have loved putting these quilt tops together, though. I have to say, oops, I did one and odd. Anyways, that's okay. We'll just keep going. So that'll be the second row, and then I'll sew this to the first row. And this is a great way, if you don't have a lot of fabric, and even if you just did 29 patches at 5-inch squares for the squares that you started off with, that gives you a great size cuddle quilt for the bed. You could do it in colors that, like, red and white for Christmas or Canada Day, or even just picnicking or picnic blanket or something like that. It's a great size, a great project to whip together, especially for a new sewer. You got to match a couple of seams just so they look nice and consistent. But, other than that, it's really not a hard project, All right, so now I'm going to take it and match it up to the one I have on my lap, okay? And I'm going to match up those crucial seams, okay? Okay, all right. So I want to pin at those little crucial intersections there, where maybe when the block is meeting up to the next block sort of thing, to make sure we're nice and even. You don't have to do it every single one, but I mean, if you want to make sure it's going to do what you want it to do, then go ahead. You have lots of pins, I'm sure. If not, then they're not that expensive over at the fabric store. So they're not too bad. You can always ask for it as a gift. There's something you want and it's really expensive, ask for it as a gift. Maybe a couple of your homies. I'm talking family members when I say homies, that sort of thing. Or friends, want to get you something really nice for your birthday or an anniversary or Christmas or something like that. Ask for something big, ask for a whole, like a brand new mat. Those aren't cheap. These are not cheap, So if you ask for something like that, and they pool in together, then you're getting what you want and you need for your continued experience in quilting, and go from there, right? And they're not wasting their money on bath bubbles that you're never going to use. So You know, always make a wish list. Amazon has wish lists. You can always add stuff throughout the year when it comes to a celebration of sorts. Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know, like the anniversary, Grandparents' Day, all that sort of thing. Send them your wish list. There you go. Sorted. There's what I'd like. But that's not excluding birthday cake or cookies. Just saying. If you want to purchase me something, there you go. Right. I think the wish list is awesome, and that's has worked for me in regards to Pop. I mean, Pop is a hard person to kind of buy for. He's usually, you know, if he sees it, he likes it, he gets it for himself. So, you know, I tried to encourage him to make some sort of a list this year, and he did, thank goodness. So, and that helped out in trying to find things that I know that he would like and appreciate that were on his list of wants, right? I don't want to be wasteful, you know what I mean? I'm a frugal person. I just, you know, every dollar counts, and I want to make sure it's worth it. I don't want to just, you know, waste for the sake of wasting. All right, so there's 2 rows, and we have 3. 3 makes this, 5 total. So I'm thinking 3 more makes this whole quilt, okay? So let's put that there, and we'll put another 2 rows together. Okay, some beautiful fabrics. You guys are so creative. I love it. Some of these need a really good pressing. I was doing some tidying up and just after Christmas, and I was like, oh, geez, there's got a whole lot of these 9 patches. Let's start putting them together. Well, I had already worked on a few, so I already had like 3 put together. So I finished up the 4th, and I thought, you know, I'll count this out and see how many we got, and we got enough for like 7. And we've already done a couple, so there we go. Let's do that. I wasn't sure if it was going to pay attention or behave there. All right, so we'll put 2 and 2. So thank you for everybody and your well wishes towards Pop and us a very Merry Christmas. We thank you very much. Pop was not very well last weekend for the live stream, where we put that beautiful cute snowman together. And Claire, you asked if it was the same as the Shelly the Skelly, and no, actually I did a little bit different on Shelly the Skelly. If you go watch the video, see it's just a little bit different. You know, I just thought that would suit that panel. So by making it look like a bit of a candy cane sort of drop out behind it. So yeah, so I don't know, I liked it. I like the way it turned out. It's very beautiful. I'm still undecided because I haven't yet been to the fabric store if I want to put a little border around it. I got to pick up some gold for the cardinal quilt, and I'd like to pick up some red for the cascading quilt, because I think a nice little red border on that big white, or a red binding on that white border would look really nice. So I don't know, that's what I was thinking. So I thought maybe I could find a ready gold sort of thing to bring all the Christmassy stuff out on that one. We'll see. I still have yet to get there. With Pop not feeling very well, I just want to stay close to home. So he's getting a little bit better. He's still not 100%. Unfortunately, when something decides to stick to Pop, it you know, sticks real good. You know, I've been there for 28 years, so I kind of understand. All right, so that'll be another one that gets added on. So let's do. I love these cats. Oh my gosh, these cats are so adorable. And I thought they'd really look nice against this black. Speaking of cats, he's back. Oh, he's giving me the stink eye. Gotta love it when the cat gives you the stink eye and you know it. These were sent in, these ones here, these star-shaped ones. They're actually, it's a numbered piece thing. I'm sure you could probably see that a little bit in there. I thought it was fantastic. Never seen that before in my life. So, and they weren't quite big enough to add for the 9 patch. I know it's not a 9 patch, but I loved it so much, I wanted to include it. So, you know, there's a few of them out there. I think we got 4 of them, and they were a little bit slightly different colors, or 3 of them were different colors, and 1 was odd. Anyways, it didn't matter. But they all got incorporated into a beautiful quilt. So here we go. So that'll be the middle of that one. Let's pick a little bit calmer. There we go. Oh, that matches the birds. The birds match that blue very nicely. There we go. So let's put that there. And the black against the orange. I love black and orange together. Actually, black in any color really stand out. If you want to get somebody's attention, make them a black and vibrant color. Just the two-tone sort of thing would be amazing. So we do hope everybody had a fantastic and safe Christmas and celebrations with your family, whether it's Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever it is you got going on. We just hope you had a very good celebration with you and your family, and are ready for the new adventures that come in the new year. So apparently, according to the Chinese calendar, it's the year of the pig, and I was born a year of the pig in 1971, so I'm very excited to see what happens for me this year now that I'm paying attention and understand the Chinese calendar. And you never know. Good things could happen. I'm all looking forward to it. I'm going to think positively and just hope that it happens that way. All right, so that's another row done, and we just need to put a last row of 4 together here. It looks like I only got 3. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, we can't count. Wouldn't be the first time, and it wouldn't be the last. Love this piece fabric. That's beautiful piece fabric. I could see a whole backing to a quilt like that, especially for my girlfriend Kimberly, who lives out in BC. See that? She's always a peace girl. Do. All right, now, oh, beautiful butterflies on that one, like that. Some beautiful fabrics. I'm like, and then now you're like teasing me with all your stuff. And then I'm like, wait a second, I really like that. Why can't I have a bolt of that? Or that would be great for charity quilts. You know what I mean? So we got lots of adventures coming up for this new year. Pop's going to be working on the long arm. Munchkin's going to be working on block of the month. I'm going to be doing Quilts of Valor for an extra show on a Thursday. On a Thursday, I think it's the second Thursday of every month, I will be doing an extra video for Quilts of Valor. So very excited about that. It's just going to be an easy, simple pattern, but I'm just going to be building out one quilt every month. So hopefully I'll have some of it done, or I'll just be at the beginning part of it, and you'll hopefully get to see it in the end. Or, you know, maybe we'll film it on fast mode and you can see me watch and put it all together or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But definitely, we've done years of charity, and we want to do this year's a year of Quilt of Valor. All right. So now I've got my 5 rows done. 5 rows of 4, which is 20 blocks. I'm going to start putting them all together. Okay. I kind of like that one over there. So let's put these 2 together on the bottom side. Oh, is that directional? Well, I haven't really been paying too much attention to direct because this is going to go all over the place, right? So, all right, let's do this. Just got to make do. All right, now when you're lining up, you know, if you want to pin at every single one of these, then go for it. But if you want to just pin at the major block sections to make sure those are lining up, and usually the other ones kind of follow suit if everything's a-okay in the measurements and everybody used a 5-inch square, you know, we're good to go. Okay, and line that up there, and then we're just going to sew, make sure our 5 rows get together to finish our quilt top. That ends up being 55 by 68, and I think that's an awesome size for a hospital bed, awesome size for a kid's bed, you know, whatever you want to use it for. Even if it's just a cuddle blanket for the couch. You know, don't want the dogs always on the couch and they're always on it anyways. Well, make a little quick 9 patch. It's beautiful, it's colorful, it's creative. Toss it on there, and then you can easily wash it. Don't have to worry about it, you know. Yet it shows a bit of your creativity in doing something just besides plain fabric. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Pop says, I says, you know what I mean a lot. Or you know. He's gonna count how many times I say it. But I figure you guys are smart peeps, so. Yeah, that piece fabric is so cute because it's got the peace symbol in every single color. That's super neat. And then when I see it, I'm like, okay, well, what did you make with that? So now that you have a scrap. I want to know what you made with it. Was it pajamas? Was it, you know, this? Was it that? I know, I'm such a nosy Parker. Just curious. Too curious for my own good. All right, so now let's add this one up on here. And then we'll add these two together. And that'll be a very quick and easy. Like I said, you get these 9 patches, 20 of them together, bibbidi bobbidi boo. You got yourself a fantastic quick quilt. And it's not just plain, you know what I mean? It's got a vibrant color. You can bust your scraps. You can have it as a fabric exchange at a guild or something like that. You know, there's many different things. You know, 2 of these squares make a nice little tote bag. You can probably put 4 or 5 of them together and bulk it up and have mix of color here and there, and it would be an awesome little bag. You know, this would be a nice little bag for a kid, that sort of size. Great for the library. Or even just taking toys from, you know, from your house to a friend's house. You always need a little bag for your goodies. There's all sorts of fabric out there too, like Minions and Lego and Barbies and the Laugh Out Loud girls, whatever, LOL girls. I'm not even sure, is it? I don't even know if that stands for Laugh Out Loud. I just know they're popular. I'm not sure why. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for our last live Sunday. We'll be doing them on Saturdays, start the new year on January 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow being the Sunday the 30th, the day before New Year's Eve will be our last one on the Sunday. Okay, so please join us. Please join us. We're going to do some baking. Not like B-A-C-O-N, like baking, like cookies and stuff. Yeah, we're going to spend a little time in the kitchen. Spend a little time in the kitchen. Spend a little time in the kitchen. Let's see what sort of mischief we can get up to. All right. Now that those 3 are together, okay, those 3 rows, now we're just going to add them to this row, these 2 rows. Okay, 2. And then I have 2 more to build, and then I've got a couple of oddball squares to just keep. If anybody decides to send more in, then they will go towards the next quilt. But I have to say, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome of you guys to be able to do like 8 or 9 quilts for charity this year. You know, that's amazing. That's great on your part. And I'll spend the next few days with a little bit of gap in between with the long arm, getting them all quilted up. Maybe I'll film 1 or 2. We'll see if we can get there, but we'll play it by ear. But I'll probably just do edge to edges. Maybe I'll just do short little videos on all of them or something like that and combine it. We'll see. All right, so now I pin the 3 rows to the 2 rows, and that's going to finish off this quilt top. But you can, of course, make it as big as you like. Being they measure out like 13.5 inches or something like that. If you put 10 of them together, you know you're going to get 130 inches. So, you know, you don't necessarily need that many. So 4, 5, 6, maybe even 8 would be enough for a king-size bed. So your quilts don't have to be complicated to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Your quilt tops and stuff. And then you can easily do this with a walking foot on your machine. Roll it up really tight so you get in the middle and you work your middle and you work your way out, just 1 row at a time, and there and there. And then when you switch it to do the other way, you roll it up really tight, and you just work your way from the center and your way out. And with your walking foot on the lines, that's all you need. Or even if you just do little wavy ones in between. You got it, trust me. Jump in. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to explore. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but at least you know you tried, right? You know? I don't like scrapbooking. It's not for me. But I like cross stitch and knitting and crocheting and quilting and quilt making and piecing. Like, I guess the question is, there's actually one question out there. If you don't actually quilt your quilts, are you actually a quilter? And that's what someone had asked on one of the Facebook pages, and I was like, whoa, That's kind of interesting. Or are you just a piecer? So, like if you send your quilts out to get longer, like I'm a long armer, but I still consider my people who bring their stuff to me as quilters because they understand the whole principle of it, right? So, all right, there we go. There's our beautiful 5 rows. Awesome. There we go. That is today's show. Thank you everybody for liking, subscribing, sharing, checking us out on Patreon, for being wonderful, awesome fans of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. For the last couple of years, you have made us who we are today. Thank you very, very much. Big hugs. Hope you have a fantastic new year. And you will see the World Quilt being quilted up on Wednesday, on Long Arm Wednesday, where we've had like 56, 64 of you people who love us and just want to partake, make something of your own little state or province or something that reflects you, of a 9.5 by 9.5 inch square, and you mailed it off to us at the quilt shop. So, which is, check us out at the address is www.wesewit.ca. That's W-E, like we, sew it.ca. All right, so check us out. Thanks everybody. Have a great New Year's and big hugs from the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.